The Milwaukee Brewers are in the National League Championship Series, taking down the Chicago Cubs in 5 games in the NLDS. A truly franchise-altering win in Milwaukee on Saturday night. I'm not sure where you go from there if you lose that game. For 7 straight years of postseason losses, the Brewers have finally gotten it done. And shout out to the rookies, Jacob Mizorowski, who I was vocal about not put on the postseason roster. Shut me up as much as you possibly can, because there's an argument for him to be the NLDS MVP here. If that did exist, I might give it to him. Are the Brewers in the NLCS without Jacob Mizorowski from that series? Probably not. And then, of course, Chad Patrick, who might not have the headlines, the firepower as Jacob Mizorowski, but my goodness, nearly 5 perfect innings. Like Mizorowski, are the Brewers in the NLCS without Chad Patrick? Probably not. Jacob Mizorowski, big-time prospect, even if he wasn't a top 10 first-round pick, whatever, still a big-time pitching prospect throughout his whole time in the Brewers farm system. Chad Patrick, under-the-radar arm that really was making no noise. He was pretty much not a bust, but his numbers weren't too pretty in the minor leagues when the Brewers trade for him. He goes and wins AAA Pitcher of the Year, and then, of course, he gets the chance on the opening day roster this year. But at the time, when the Brewers trade Abraham Toro for him, did anyone care? Was this any headline ever? No, maybe the Brewers beat writers tweeted it out, sure. Did anyone care, though? No, I was like, okay, cool, we got Chad Patrick, nice. Who's that, for the most part? Andrew Vaughn, Aaron Savali. This guy got put in the bullpen, was probably on the verge of getting DFA'd, and the Brewers obviously had no leverage when it came out that he was demanding a trade at this point, and they still go and get somebody that didn't just change a game or 2 games or had a big home run in October. Do the Brewers win a division without Andrew Vaughn? Do the Brewers, much less are the Brewers in the NLCS without Andrew Vaughn? Probably not. I even saw some people say, the Brewers in October without Andrew Vaughn. I don't know, because once he got here, it felt like, for the most part, everything changed. He was a huge reason the Brewers got the spark they got when they got it, and it all came from his first at-bat with that 3-run tank off Yamamoto, who the Brewers are going to be facing in Game 2 of the NLCS, so he'll get another chance to face Yamamoto again, which is going to be a lot of fun to see. Of course, Quinn Priester, yeah. Did he struggle in Game 3? Absolutely. Do I still trust him in a Game 1 or Game 3? I would personally put him in Game 1 because I want him to get that home experience, much less than at Dodger Stadium. Sure, even though, God, he had, 10 strikeouts at Dodger Stadium. Of course, playoffs and regular season are different animals, though. I think we're all aware of that. But I would put Priester in Game 1. But my point is here, when the Brewers trade for him, we were mad, like, oh my God, you trade Rodriguez and the draft pick for Quinn Priester. What are we doing? I wasn't too happy about it. I know I saw a lot of people who I follow on Brewers Twitter weren't too happy about it. Quinn Priester, are the Brewers and the NLCS without Quinn Priester? Do the Brewers win a division without Quinn Priester? Probably not. So, yeah, the Brewers trade deadline, it was Danny Jansen, sure, right? Great. But these moves much earlier are the reason the Brewers are still playing baseball. There are 4 teams who have a chance to win a World Series, and the Brewers are one of them because of these under-the-radar guys that nobody cared about, that were not making any headlines whatsoever. And, of course, that comes to all credit to this front office for making these moves and developing these kind of players, because the Brewers are never going to go out this offseason and get Kyle Schwarber, get Kyle Tucker, which I don't really want Kyle Tucker after seeing what he just did. But they're never going to get these big free agents, and we know this. So they have to rely on moves like this, and look what it does. It gets them to a National League Championship Series. The Brewers are the heavy underdogs, even with the best record in baseball and a 6-0 record against the Dodgers in the regular season. They're still the heavy underdogs in this series, which is fine. Great. I like being doubted. It's worked out. It's worked out all year. Why stop at this point? Great. But at this point, you'll hear Murph say, like, hey, we weren't supposed to be here. Sure, yeah, we aren't. But at this point, you're here, and it's time to finally win a pennant for the first time in my lifetime, for the first time in a lot of your guys' lifetimes. Probably, 90-95% of your guys' lifetimes? We haven't seen this. We haven't seen a pennant. We haven't seen our team play for a World Series. So To get to this point, even to play in the National League Championship Series for the third time in my lifetime, and for the most part, second time that I actually vividly remember, I'm going to celebrate this. I'm going to pour beer on myself like an idiot, and I'm going to celebrate wins like this, playoff series wins. This is the fourth playoff series win in the history of our franchise. You bet your butt I am going to celebrate this like a lunatic, all right? And I'm as happy as can be. But, of course, now it's like, hey, we had our fun Saturday night. We had our fun today. Now it's time to get back out there and go and prove, like, yeah, we're better than the Dodgers. Yeah, we're better than Seattle. We're better than Toronto. We're the best team in baseball. We've been the best team in baseball since June, July, whatever exact date it was. Now you got to prove it again in October, because we're all aware how hard it is to win in October. We've seen it time and time again. We saw it for 7 straight years. We've seen it for pretty much the entire history of our franchise. We know it's tough. It's tough. I mean, even ask the Dodgers. Ask anybody. It's tough to win in October. It's tough to win postseason games in any sport. But there comes a time where you have the best wins. You just got your 100th win of the season on Saturday night. It's time to prove it why you're the best team in baseball. And it starts in Game 1 in Milwaukee. You have to go out there, make another statement. You're 3-0 so far in October at home. You got to continue it, man. You got to defend your home field. You got to, if you win your games in Milwaukee, you start up 2-0. And then, of course, you go to LA. We'll see what happens there. But you're in a perfect spot. You look back at 2018, they were, 4 or 5 outs away from going up 2-0 in the NLCS, and that would have been the difference if they would have finished it. If that Justin Turner didn't go to left field in Game 2 off Jeffress, they won it. And I think that's going to be the difference here again this year. Go up 2-0. You trust Freddie Peralta in Game 2. You trust bullpen, and I'm going to assume Priester in Game 1. Get it done, man. Let's go. Let's get it done. 4 more wins to play in a World Series, 8 more wins for the first championship in franchise history. We can do this. I truly believe in this team. We've gotten it this far. Why not us? Why not finish it, man? Go Brewers.